I've had a number of people tweet at me and say that, every once in a while I say Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has a point, because he often does have a point. The FDA is captured and doing a poor job. He often does have a point that the safety and efficacy of novel drug products is not good enough. He often does have a point that Americans have poor metabolic health, that our food supply is terrible. He often does have a point. We're not really careful enough about environmental pollutants. So he often does have a point. And when I say that, somebody says to me, well, here's something he said that was wrong. And they find something he said that I tend to disagree with, And there are, I've written about this for Unheard magazine. I don't agree with everything he says. Sure. And then they say, why are you promoting this guy? He's doing a lot of damage. I said, well, the things I said he said right, he did say right. I'm not saying that the thing I disagree with, I'm not saying that's right. The thing I agree with, I'm saying he's right about that. And whether you like someone or not, we should all be honest enough to say when you agree with someone, even if there's someone who on some other issue you disagree about. And then they say, but he's doing a lot of damage to public health and trust in science. And I say, no one has done more damage to public trust in science than Rochelle Walensky, Anthony Fauci, Ashish Jha, Bob Califf, Peter Marks, the establishment, the IDSA, the CDC, the American Academy of Pediatrics. These organizations are supposed to not get things wrong, like should a 2-year-old wear a cloth mask except for when they nap side by side in daycare. They have to be held to the highest standard. They got things obviously and blatantly wrong. They've done more to damage public health than all the Joe Rogans, Weinsteins, and RFKs in the world. It's not even a question. There will always be people outside of power who have opinions about what people are doing, and some of those opinions will be right, and some will be wrong. And they'll always be talking, and there's nothing we can or can't do about it. But the establishment, the people who set the policies, they have to strive to get things right. They need to do studies. They need to course correct. They have to admit their errors. They need to be held to the highest standard. So to me, it's no contest. Fauci did much worse damage than RFK could ever have done, even acknowledging that some of his things he says I think are incorrect. And I disagree with him on some things, particularly routine childhood immunization and the like. But on regulatory capture, on the COVID-19 vaccine, on the FDA being a corrupt entity that needs to be, entirely sort of renovated from a gut rehab job, I completely agree with him. And I wish him well in that pursuit.